The real problematic things are languages that have been thousands of years since they were related to people, since they've had a relationship. They've split off so long ago. That language then is preserving this tiny bit and becomes hard to work out its relationship. You have a family like Afro-Asiatic with some hundreds of languages. There's just a network of evidence that takes you back. And Indo-European and Afro-Asiatic, we'll find out. We'll try to figure this out in the next few months. But I think it's in the range of 15,000 years in time depth. Nilo-Saharan is that kind of depth, and I think we can go much deeper than that.
She's really good.
Yeah, and now, so you have a language structure that can take you back a long time. But what are the populations that speak these languages? And if we're talking, because we had the Nilo-Saharan up there, the original Nilo-Saharans might have been somebody very like the Coman, but the expansion of speakers clear across the Sahara means that they would be encountering populations much farther west in Africa. Their compositions could be quite different.
Yeah.
And do you want to say
Okay.
more?
This is the last comment from someone, because we have to go to break soon. You want to have a last comment, Shamarka?
Yeah, I was just going to say, the problem is that you should not equate, even though it's convenient, the idea of equating a proto-linguistic group, or even people today who are speaking a particular language, the idea of assuming that they would have always had a particular genetic profile and then instrumentalizing that and using it in analyses should not be done without great caution and great qualification. And then when you project back into the past, you're left with, in that case, with even less data, and it becomes very, I would say, dicey or dangerous. So, for example, in your study where you said there were 14 ancestral populations, the question becomes, what does that correlate with? Is that a statistical artifact? Does that have a reality with actual linguistics or actual archaeology? Does it capture people that used to be in place X but are now in place Y? Again, I'm just simply saying that let's be careful about what our mathematics tells us. There's a very good quote from a mathematician called Rhodes who says, we must always remember that mathematics gives us models and they're tools. They're not a substitute for thinking the whole thing through and integrating all of the data.